Take off your masks, it's Sneeze with me, James Whittingham, and our color of the week is Gainsborough. Gainsborough, it looks gray. It looks like it's a little bit of purple. It's a grayish, light, pale gray purple. The kind of color that you would see as a subdued hue in a little old lady's clothing store. Gainsborough, our color of the episode. I'm James Whittingham. Again, take your masks off. They're not doing anything. This is the coronavirus edition of Sneeze.
Achoo! 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 Oh.
You're listening to Sneeze with James Whittingham.
Well, who's got Purell and who doesn't? This is the question that I am asking you because I don't have any Purell. Actually, I'm not a germ. Okay, I've been accused of being a germaphobe, but I'm not really a germaphobe. Sometimes there have been instances in my life where I've gone looking for hand sanitizer, and okay, I did. I went looking for hand sanitizer down the Walmart. And I was met with a vast, empty shelf, which is daunting when you're going looking for something. Not that it's life and death, you're casual about it. I'm walking into the pharmacy at Walmart thinking, well, I'll just check out the hand sanitizer. Just curious. And I see this vast, empty shelf, and I'm looking at each of the labels. Hand sanitizer, Purell, hand sanitizer, all gone. Completely cleaned out. Then, and only then, do I feel to myself, uh-oh, I'm getting left out here. I have a need for something that I can't get. And other people, the survivors, let's call them, have the Purell. Therefore, in our current post-apocalyptic society, people will be divided into two camps. The people who have Purell and the people who do not. And I'm one of the do-nots. I'll admit to that right now. I do not have Purell. Can't get it. It's on Amazon for like $50 a squirt. You can get gay hookers for less than that on a per squirt basis. $50 a squirt on Amazon, like $90 for 2 little bottles. The people are gouging, and the Canadian Tire's out. Canadian Tire. Who goes to hand sanitizer? Canadian Tire. No one does. But I looked there. They do carry it. Sold out. There's a town about 2.5 hours away from me called Humboldt. Humboldt has 2 little bottles of aloe vera, the kind you don't like, the aloe vera scented hand sanitizer, the green goo, basically seaweed, ground up seaweed or something like that, or algae, I don't know. It's not algae vera, but I always associate aloe vera with algae. Anyway, and I'm sure it's gone by now, but fuck. My fingers are not sanitized. As you can imagine, this is a problem during this coronavirus outbreak. And I have no desire for a mask. A mask is for people who are sick. Do I want to clean my hands from time to time? Sure. I don't feel like I have a germophobia. I have a fear of being sick, particularly vomiting. I hate vomiting, and there's a name for it. I forget what it is. So my daughter had the stomach flu, as they call it. I don't think it's really a flu, but it is a highly contagious virus. So I got out some highly toxic wipes and cleaned down the doorknobs and the things, and I try not to get sick. I used to be a lot more anxious about it. I figure, with cannabis legal, and I've never done this. I want the Border Patrol people to know this. I've never done this. But you can, theoretically, you can't eat anything when you're sick, right? You can't even drink water, but you could inhale cannabis, get it into the old system, and not feel nauseous. If you've done that and are willing to admit it, let me know. It's just one thought. So I'm fearful of throwing up, fearful of being sick. I hate being sick. And you know what? I'm rarely sick. I wash my hands and I try not to touch my face, but I'm a face toucher. I touch, I itch, I scratch, I nudge, and I try not to do it without washing my hands. I have to scratch. Right as soon as I mention that, my nose gets itchy, because that's what happens. Is your nose itchy? You're damn straight it is, because I just mentioned it. Go ahead, scratch it. Hey, are your hands washed? Is there coronavirus on your fingertips? Probably. Anyway, that's where we're at, people. and also a run on toilet paper I saw on the news last night. And as soon as I mention this, I myself could be starting the run on toilet paper. But there's a run on toilet paper. It started in Australia, got on the evening news, and people thought, oh, should I be buying toilet paper? Should I be stocking up? Because you know what? I can do without Purell, but can I do without wiping my ass? That's the question at hand here. Answer no. Which brings me back to my beloved bidet. I have a bidet, and as you know, I feel like I've moved to a different class of organism. I feel like you people with those bidets are disgusting, primitive cave people. Because with the bidet, beautiful squirt of warm water, and, you know, it can be quite intense, and I like it intense because I want everything cleaned, inside and out. I want the first 2 inches of my colon sparkling. I end up in a car accident, go to the doctor, and they're looking at my ass. Got to be clean. And it's comfortable and warm, and gets the blood flowing down there when you're my age. You want the blood flowing, you blast it with hot water, warm water, and all you need is toilet paper for drying. So I figure I can use a hair dryer, which I will mount under my toilet seat, grounded for in case it falls into the toilet. Because I do not want to go that way. Elvis went that way on the toilet, possibly by electrocution, by hair dryer. Some bidets, the expensive ones, mine was only like $85, but some of the expensive ones I believe actually have dryers on them. And now I can see the doomsday need for having a dryer on your bidet, because there'll be a rush on toilet paper and you won't have any. That, ladies and gentlemen, is very interesting. I'm also trying to get one installed in my camper because I'm not a camper. The ultimate for me would be to have a camper with a bidet. If you can't have a shower, have the ass blaster. Yeah, bidets, wonderful. Mine hooks up under the toilet seat. You take the toilet seat off, you put it on. Amazon, bought it 2 to 3 years ago now, probably 2 years ago. And wow, it was a bowling ball present for my wife because I really wanted it for myself. But on the surface, and I was in denial about this, I bought it for her on her birthday. And I thought, you'll like this. You're a chick. Chicks like to get hosed. And they got two things, because you got to sit down to PA. So you want to hose yourself when you urinate too. But it's delightful. There has been some issues. I mean, just yesterday I was kind of cleaning the bidet with my Lysol wipe and hit the lever and turned it on and got shot in the eye. And it will do that. It will shoot you right in the face if you're not, there's nobody on the seat, no ass on there to hit. It will hit you in the face, generally speaking. If you're in a position to operate the knob, that's where it gets you right in the eye. So that's always unpleasant, and you got to mop up the floor, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when the kids see you come out, shot in the eye again, Dad. Yeah. So anyway, this has been my first coronavirus update. As mass panic sets in and people start dropping like flies all over the place, I expect to lose 2 or 3 listeners to the coronavirus. So Godspeed to you people. Statistically speaking, goodbye. And now, as we do on this show, because it's only me, and I'm thinking about getting a sidekick, you can actually hold auditions. I don't need a partner. I need a sidekick. I need somebody just to bounce on. I need a Paul Schaefer. Somebody who gets me, but is not funny, not interesting, and not particularly assertive. Somebody who just listens and responds and occasionally comments. I don't know. It's controversial to say that. I know that. I understand that. But I'm at an age now where I'm beyond bullshit. I am just dead honest. And so I'm going to turn into a racist who yells at people to get off his lawn. I don't think about the racist part, but I am turning into an asshole. So I'm getting a bit more bold. I'm not holding back in my age. I'm saying what I mean right now, bluntly, without any filter. And that's Grandpa. Let's not invite him to dinner. I'm not a grandpa yet. Thank Christ. Although it'd be nice. One day. I assume you get all the benefits of having children without, having to wipe every day. And with the bidet, I'll just throw them on the bidet with the grandkids. I didn't have that with my kids. It would have been nice. And plop off the diaper, hose them down on the bidet. They should have a baby bidet. That is my idea. You cannot take that. Baby bidets. A little baby seat. You know those little baby seats that they go potty in? A little bucket is basically a plastic toilet, little colorful red, blue toilet. Why not have a bidet in there and just hose them right down? Well, automatic baby cleaners are long overdue. So as I was saying, we're going to turn to the internet here and use the computer and the technology and prowess that is the computer chip will decide randomly a question, because nobody's asking me questions. One day I foresee a future where people will ask me a question. Not now. Okay. All right, here's the question. What is your favorite pizza topping? I repeat, the question generated by Microchip is, what is your favorite pizza topping? And I have to say pepperoni. Boy, am I boring. You know, I was telling my kids, they sat around and listened by the fire, that I didn't eat pizza until grade 9. Trevor Cunningham's house, we were making a movie. No, it was grade 11. Grade 11, I didn't have pizza. I had a driver's license before I ever tasted pizza. So yeah, he had a movie. We were making a little movie in high school, and it was catered by pizza, as that is often the case on small budget films. And I had my first pizza. And my family never ordered pizza. And I didn't have tacos until grade 11 when my friend took me to Taco Time here in Regina. And that was bizarre. And what a sheltered, abusive childhood I had. Not only was it shitty, I was, culinarily speaking, very boring. The craziest thing my parents got was Chinese food on New Year's. And even then, they'd order me some soggy French fries. Always the soggy French fries at Chinese food restaurants. I don't know why that is. It's kind of probably the normal way of making French fries. Is probably more British than anything else. Anyway. So yes, to spin the wheel is to create a show. The wheel, the random prize wheel that I have created, and is virtual and is online at wheelofnames.com. I have created a prize wheel for the sole purpose of having something to talk about on my show without actually thinking about it. It's giving me a direction to go. Now, some of these topics I like and some of them I don't like, and I replace them sometimes. I won't get into all of them right now. I'm sure you have your favorite and least favorites. Some of them I'm thinking of spinning off into a completely different podcast. I'm thinking about doing an experimental small podcast on, say, for geography of North America. I enjoyed that one. We did Lubbock, Texas once. Quite fascinating to get into the information about a small town, especially how small towns in the States are bizarre and weird and have their own sexual predators, sexual desires. And, I don't know. We'll see. What do you think? Email me, sneezeshow@gmail.com. I'm Sneezeshow on Twitter and Instagram and every damn other place. So Sneezeshow is the place to go to contact me. I would appreciate you contacting me. We also have a place for you to record a message, which you can find online as well. So here we go. I'm going to give the wheel a spin this week and see what happens. I'm a little bit scared. I think you can tell that by the tone of my voice. We have nothing new, nothing interesting on the wheel, just the same old things. We'll see where it takes us. Randomly spinning right now. And she's rolling. All kinds of things on there, hoping it doesn't land on sneeze, not in the mood.
Give an opinion.
And we've landed on opinion. Now, what does opinion mean? It means I use the internet to generate a topic on which I will give my opinion on. All right, we're loaded up with the microchip here. We're going to give it a spin and see what a brand new topic is for me to talk about. And that topic will be murderers is our topic. Murderers. How do I feel about murderers? Not great. Against it. Not the sort of demographic I'm going after with my show. However, I'm at a point in my life where, like I said last week, if gay men are what are attracted to me doing YouTube podcasts with my shirt off, then by God, I will cater to that audience and milk them for every penny they have. So if there was an audience for murderers, I would do a show for murderers. And most podcasts are about murders. Real true crime podcasts are about murders these days. Not so here until such case as somebody murders me, which is bound to happen. I'm against murderers. What? Who would be for murderers? I'm not even for murderers of dictators because I think killing is wrong. I'm against capital punishment. My opinion on murderers is that probably something horrible happened to them in life and they made a mistake. I don't know how people murder other people. I'm quite disgusted by you people who are murderers. But if you're going to listen to my podcast, then welcome. Welcome to the umbrella that is Sneeze. My giant sneeze canopy is here to welcome you, murderers, and I hope that I can serve you and not enrage you. So please, if you're in jail and listening to this podcast, I need to build my audience because it is really hard these days to build a podcast audience. Until something comes out where they can suggest things to other people that if you like this one, you like that one. Yeah, and plus my podcast, let's face it, is terrible. Only murderers are possibly listening to me right now. How many people do I know who've murdered people? Probably 50%. I'm thinking of you, Jay. There are people who've gotten away with murder. I'm close friends with a lot of people who have murdered people. That's not true officially. However, I suspect it, and I think it's important to suspect your friends of murder when you know that they are. If somebody gets hauled away, I'll say, not surprised. Not surprised. You know, he had a dark side. If I murdered someone, I bet my friends would say that about me. Yeah, James, good guy, had a dark side. Not surprised. Anyway, I'm not planning on murdering anybody. I'm practically a vegetarian, so I think that vegetarians are probably the least likely to murder you. Unless they poison something, then it's like, But if they have to cut you up or actually shoot a hole in you, they're not going to like that. Vegetarians aren't going to like that. And I think vegetarianism is spreading because of the whole Beyond Meat fake plant-based protein burger. That's a mouthful in many ways. So yeah, vegetarian spreading. So I think the murder rate will actually go down because more people are becoming vegetarians. So it's very interesting. Even people who are growing up on farms in Saskatchewan are becoming vegetarians. I once, speaking of murder, worked on a documentary for a Soviet film crew in 1989. It was 1989. And we went around to farms. I was on the road the whole summer going to different farms. I got to know where cows came from and pigs and all these things. And then the last day of shooting, I went to a kill plant and spent the whole day watching what happens to cows. They walk into the kill plant all happy. Hey, I'm a cow. I see you got some food there. And they're dead. Except they're not dead. They're just stunned. They're shot in the head with a stun gun, like the Coen Brothers movie. Right in the head, stuns them. And next thing you know, they're hung upside down, drained, and a few minutes later, they're a frozen pork chop. It was an assembly line. Disgusting. And yes, so that's why I, ladies and gentlemen, won't murder anyone, because I saw the inner goings on. However, I think if you're used to that, if you're not appalled by that, and if you're used to that, you're a guy working at a meat plant, or a woman, you not only have the tools to know where to cut and how to cut meat, but you are probably ready to be a murderer. And you also, let's face it, know how to get rid of it. If you think that sometimes people aren't murdered and put into Big Macs, you're naive. I'm going to leave it there. I have to leave it there. It's been an off week for me. I've had computer problems. I've had coronavirus issues. Can't get the Purell. I hope that you are washing your hands because the coronavirus is everywhere. It's on your iPod, your iPhone, your computer, your earbuds that you have stuck in your ear. It's everywhere and it's going to get you.
Connect with James on social media by searching Sneeze Show. Thanks for listening.